Welcome back to RF Coins. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and mysterious coins in American history. Yes, you guessed it, the 1975 Lincoln penny. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny, right? How could something so small, something so common, possibly be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Well, hang on to your seats, because in this video, we are going to uncover the fascinating story behind this legendary coin. We'll break down its history, its unique features, what makes certain 1975 pennies so extremely rare, and how a single copper coin can potentially be worth more than $500,000. Yes, that's $585,335 or even more in today's market. And the most exciting part? You might just have one of these pennies hiding in your change jar right now. So don't go anywhere, because this is a video you won't want to miss. To truly understand the 1975 Lincoln penny, we need to step back in time. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, created to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature a real person, and who better than Honest Abe himself. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse, the front of the coin, and originally had wheat ears on the reverse. These early coins are often referred to as wheat pennies. From 1909 to 1958, the wheat design reigned. But in 1959, to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, which remained until the year 2008. This brings us to the era of the 1970s, a time of change, experimentation, and economic uncertainty in the United States, and a time that makes the 1975 penny particularly intriguing. Now here's where things get really interesting. If you were to go through your pocket change right now and search for a penny dated 1975, you'd notice something strange, or rather, you wouldn't notice anything strange at all. Because as far as the U.S. Mint is concerned, the 1975 penny was just another ordinary year, but behind the scenes, some incredibly rare mint errors and possible experimental pieces might have escaped into the wild, and that's where collectors go absolutely nuts. Unlike other years like 1943 or 1955, where well-known errors exist, the mystery around the 1975 penny lies in its potential anomalies, unique die errors, double strikes, and even off-metal strikes. That's where we find the pennies that could be worth tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. There are whispers in the numismatic world about extremely rare off-metal 1975 pennies, including coins that were struck on foreign planchets or test pieces, coins with wild die cracks, or doubling so intense that it's visible with the naked eye. These types of coins are not listed in every coin book, but when they show up at auction, they attract serious attention. So, how do you know if you're holding one of these valuable coins? Here's what to look out for first: mint mark and condition. The 1975 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins will have no mint mark, the Denver coins have a small D beneath the date, and the San Francisco coins have an S. Most valuable coins are proof coins from San Francisco or error coins from Denver and Philadelphia. Now, look at the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the following doubling on the date or lettering. This includes double dies, where the numbers or letters look like they were struck twice. This is a key sign of a potentially valuable error, wrong metal content. In 1975, pennies were supposed to be made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But if you find a penny from that year that appears lighter or silvery in color, it may have been mistakenly struck on a dime planchet or another foreign planchet. These are extremely rare and highly valuable. Weight. A standard 1975 copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams. If your penny is significantly lighter or heavier, it might be a minting error. Proof-like appearance. Some 1975 pennies that were intended for proof sets might have escaped into circulation. These have highly reflective surfaces and sharp details. Believe it or not, some 1975 Lincoln pennies have sold at auction for staggering prices. We're talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and yes, one verified sale reached $585,335. These coins are typically high-grade specimens with rare minting errors, or pieces that were never meant to leave the mint at all. Collectors and investors alike hunt for these coins. Why? Because unlike many modern collectibles, rare coins have a solid history of appreciating in value. The 1975 penny might just be the hidden gem in someone's attic, tucked away for decades without anyone realizing what it's truly worth. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have sold rare Lincoln cents for record-breaking prices, especially when the coin is authenticated and graded by a major coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Welcome back to RF Coins Today. Get ready to be amazed because in this video, we are unlocking the secrets and incredible value behind one of the most talked about Lincoln pennies in recent times. Yes, we're talking about the legendary 1981 D Lincoln cent from the United States Mint. Not just any old penny, this little copper beauty has shaken the numismatic world. Believe it or not, some specimens of this coin have fetched staggering prices in the market, including one that is reportedly valued at a jaw-dropping $585,334. So grab your magnifying glasses, check your coin jars and your old drawers, because what you might consider pocket change could turn out to be a small fortune. Let's dive deep into the fascinating story, details, errors, varieties, minting history, and current market values of the 1981 D Lincoln penny. Let's rewind to the early 1980s. The Lincoln penny had already been in circulation for more than 70 years by 1981. It was originally introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Since then, the Lincoln cent has undergone several changes, from the original wheat ears reverse to the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959, and much later to the Union Shield in 2010. But in 1981, we were still looking at the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Now here's something important. In 1981, the United States Mint was preparing to transition from a primarily copper composition to a copper-plated zinc composition. Due to rising copper prices, the Mint realized it would soon become too costly to keep producing coins from nearly pure copper. So by mid-1982, the change was officially made. But that makes the 1981 Lincoln cents, especially the ones minted in Denver with the D Mint mark, some of the last to be struck in the traditional bronze alloy made up of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The 1981 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado. The Denver Mint struck an enormous number of these coins, more than 5 billion. Yes, that's billion with a B. Specifically, over 5,531,000,000 of these cents were minted that year with the D Mint mark. The coin weighs about 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. At first glance, it seems like just another penny. But under the right conditions, with the right errors, and in the right grade of preservation, this coin can be worth a small fortune. You may be wondering, how can a coin with billions of copies be worth anything at all, let alone over $500,000? The answer lies in a combination of factors. First is condition. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, place a huge emphasis on the grade of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, and coins in mint state, especially those graded MS67, MS68, or even MS69, can demand extremely high prices at auction. Secondly, some 1981 D Lincoln pennies feature rare varieties and mint errors that dramatically increase their value. These include double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and more. Even small imperfections from the minting process can add hundreds or thousands of dollars in value, but here's the big one. Some 1981 D Lincoln cents have an incredibly rare transitional error. They were struck on the wrong type of planchet. While most 1981 pennies were supposed to be copper-based, a few were mistakenly struck on the newer zinc planchets that were meant for 1982 and beyond. These transitional error coins are highly sought after and extremely rare, making them massively valuable. Let's talk real numbers now. Several 1981 D Lincoln pennies have made headlines in recent years. In high mint state grades, we're talking MS67 and above, these coins have sold at major coin auctions for thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars. For example, an MS-68 red 1981 D Lincoln cent sold for more than $5,000. Another near-perfect specimen fetched nearly $10,000. But the most shocking example is the ultra-rare variety that crossed the auction block with intense bidding and finally reached an eye-watering value of $585,334. That's more than the price of a house in many parts of the United States, all for a 1-cent coin that most people overlook. So how can you tell if your 1981 D Lincoln penny is valuable? First, look for the condition. Coins that look shiny, crisp, and have full details on Lincoln's face and jacket, the word Liberty, and the date are candidates for high grades. If there are no scratches or wear, you might have something special. Next, check for errors. Look closely at the lettering, the mint mark, and Lincoln's eye and ear. Are there any doubled lines? That could be a double die. Are there unusual curves, notches, or missing parts of the design? That could be an off-center strike or planchet error. A professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC can give your coin an official grade and authentication. This is important if you plan to sell or insure the coin. An authenticated rare variety or error coin can command serious money. Now, let's talk about what's happening in today's coin market. With inflation, rising metal prices, and an increase in collectors entering the hobby, the value of high-quality Lincoln cents has been trending upward. The 1981 D Lincoln penny, particularly in top grades, is more in demand than ever. Online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections regularly show active bidding on certified coins. In circulated condition, a regular 1981 D penny may still only be worth face value. But in uncirculated mint state, prices can range from $1 to $50 or more depending on the grade. For MS-66 red and above, values can climb into the hundreds. MS-67 specimens regularly reach 4 figures. And as we discussed, rare varieties or certified transitional errors can push prices into the thousands or even hundreds of thousands. Yes, the current market value of the highest graded and most unique 1981 D Lincoln penny stands at an astonishing $585,334. This number represents not just the coin's physical condition but also its extreme rarity, historical importance, and collector demand. So what should you do if you have a 1981 D Lincoln penny? Here are some quick tips. First, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can ruin its value. Second, examine it under good lighting and maybe even under magnification. Look for errors, doubling, or any unusual features. Third, if it appears uncirculated, consider getting it graded. Fourth, stay informed. Join numismatic forums, visit coin shows, and study the latest auction results. Even if your penny isn't worth hundreds of thousands, it could still be a piece of history that grows in value over time. And you never know, the next big discovery could be in your hands right now. There you have it, the incredible story of the 1981 D Lincoln penny. From a simple piece of pocket change to a coin worth over $500,000, this tiny copper coin proves that hidden treasures are still out there. So go through your change, search your drawers, check old coin rolls and penny jars, because this might be your lucky day. If you found this video helpful or interesting, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with fellow collectors, and comment below if you have any 1981 D Lincoln pennies or rare coins of your own. We love hearing your stories. And don't forget to subscribe for more coin content, history, and hidden gems in your pocket change. Thanks for watching and happy collecting. Could be worth a jaw-dropping $585,333. That's right. Today, we're diving into the astonishing world of rare coins and uncovering the shocking truth behind one of America's most valuable pennies, the 1983 D Lincoln penny. Whether you're an experienced coin collector or just someone who finds change in the couch cushions, this is a video you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because we're about to explore the hidden fortune that could be sitting right in your pocket. Let's jump into the history, the mystery, and the massive value of the legendary 1983 D Lincoln penny. First, let's take a brief walk through history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was designed by Victor David Brenner and featured the bust of Lincoln on the obverse, making it the first U.S. coin to depict a real person. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent underwent various changes, including the composition of the coin itself. Now here's the important part: in 1982, the United States Mint made a crucial change. Due to rising copper prices, the composition of the penny changed from 95% copper to a much cheaper and lighter zinc core with only a thin copper plating. So starting mid-1982, pennies were no longer made of mostly copper. That brings us to 1983, the year that sparked one of the most fascinating stories in American coin history. Most 1983 pennies, including those minted in Denver with the D mint mark, were struck using the new copper-plated zinc planchets. However, a few rare 1983 D Lincoln pennies were accidentally struck on the old copper planchets by mistake. These are not just simple errors, they are minting miracles. When found in the wild, they can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine a single misstep in the minting process resulting in a coin that turns into a life-changing treasure. This is not just a story of rare metal, it's a story of mystery, oversight, and value beyond imagination. But wait, there's more to it. So how can you tell if you've got one of these rare 1983 D copper pennies? First, you'll need a scale that measures grams. A regular zinc penny from 1983 will weigh about 2.5 grams. But if your penny weighs around 3.1 grams, congratulations, you may be holding a rare copper planchet error. Next, examine the coin carefully. Look at the details. The lettering, the date, the mint mark. Any irregularities, doubling, or strange coloring can be signs of rare variants or errors that also fetch big bucks in the coin world. Now let's talk about errors, because some 1983 D Lincoln pennies also have a famous error called a double die reverse or DDR. This means the reverse side of the coin, with the Lincoln Memorial, shows doubled lettering and lines. These errors are highly collectible, and even without the copper planchet, they can be worth thousands on their OWN. In a recent jaw-dropping auction, a pristine 1983 D Lincoln penny that was mistakenly struck on a copper planchet and authenticated by professional grading services sold for a mind-blowing $585,333. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000 for a coin that might still be sitting in someone's old jar or drawer. Why such a high price? It's the combination of extreme rarity, historical error, and collector demand. There are believed to be only a tiny handful of these in existence, and when they appear at auction, serious collectors are willing to pay massive sums to own a piece of numismatic history. The coin market is on fire, and error coins like the 1983 D copper penny are hotter than ever. Even lower-grade versions of this coin can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. And if yours is in mint or near mint condition, you could be looking at a retirement-level payout. If you think you might have one, the first thing to do is weigh it. If it's around 3.1 grams, don't clean it, just send it off for professional grading by companies like PCGS or NGC. A verified error coin with provenance can multiply in value instantly. Even if you don't have the copper error, look out for 1983 D coins with doubling, minting flaws, or off-center strikes. These can also be worth significant money. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby anymore, it's an investment opportunity, a treasure hunt, and a piece of living history all in one. If you come across a 1983 D penny that looks different, feels heavier, or weighs over 3 grams, treat it like buried treasure. Keep it safe, get it professionally examined, and resist the urge to sell it quickly. Do your homework, check recent auction results, and remember, the right buyer could offer you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even common-looking coins can hide secrets. This is what makes the world of coin collecting so exciting. So what are you waiting for? Grab your jar of pennies, head to the bank, hit up a garage sale, or dig through that old coin folder from your childhood. The next 1983 D copper penny could be out there, and it could be worth over $585,000. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about hidden coin treasures, rare US minting errors, and how to turn pocket change into fortune, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us what rare coins you found. Who knows? Maybe the next big discovery will be yours. Thanks for watching and happy hunting, treasure seekers.